As a therapist, I see so many clients per week, and I'm definitely noticing a trend. There seems to be a kind of an emotional numbness and disconnection from the world. And there's also, I've noticed that depression and anxiety are increasing, especially since COVID. I think what's happening is that we are suppressing our emotions. We're just trying to get on, and there's so much stress, and it's ongoing stress. And our bodies can't really cope with that length of time being stressed. It's kind of like in the old days when we were cavemen running around and we had lions chasing us. There's a lot of modern day stress that can feel the same as if we've got a lion chasing us. The old part of our brain still feels and reacts in the same way. So deadlines, difficulties with your boss, relationship difficulties can feel almost, your brain kind of picks up the same sort of danger in the limbic system in the brainstem. So I've thought I will do something today to try and help you protect and buffer yourself from what's going on in the world, because we can't change all of that. I mean, we can do little bits, give to charity and volunteer and do all those things. But in terms of everyday life, what can you do to buffer yourself from feeling the relentless stress that we're all under? And, there's just so much going on, right? There's poverty, there's war, there's weird politicians, there's debt, there's cost of living crisis. It's just mad. Relationship issues, we've got so much to cope with all of the time. We're just being bombarded and we can't even shut the door and get away from it because we've got phones now and social media, constant comparisons. It's just exhausting. So what I would say is, don't watch the news. And if you have to watch the news, limit your time, because the news just will make you feel even more helpless and disempowered. And there's not much that you can do about it. It's kind of out of your control unless you obviously give to charities or volunteer. But in terms of your actual sort of power that you have in your everyday life, it's a good idea to remove yourself from that so that you don't know about all the stress and constant worry. Obviously, you can watch the news, but try to limit your time and be more focused on time outside, feeling alive, being playful and having fun, being a bit silly. I think that's really important, so that we kind of teach our brains that there is fun time and that we're not in danger. If you're being silly and having fun or skipping around the block or just doing some silly things, it sends messages to your brain and uses different neural pathways that when you're stressed there are different pathways. So when you're playing and you're having fun, your brain's activating different hormones and different neural pathways that help you to feel more relaxed. And the more you do that, the more you will be able to emotionally regulate and help yourself. Also, I would say get out of your head as much as you can, unless you're problem solving or working and doing a really good job with focusing and attention is on the task. Because when we're up in our heads, our brains tend to start to do what is called errors in thinking, catastrophizing, assuming that we know what others are thinking, self-criticism, black and white thinking, negative mental filter. We will only see the negatives in the world because there's just so many. And this, again, these thinkings affect the way we feel, and the feelings then create the behavior, and we just go around in this negative cycle. So you can break that by getting out of your head, and that's by being mindful. I love this picture. It just kind of gives you an idea of, are you mindful or are you being mindful, where you're taking all that mess out of your head? So I think getting out of your head is great. Being in the moment, in nature, playing with your pets, playing with your family, playing a silly board game, doing all those things that are good for you and that bring back some positive energy rather than negative constant drains. That's why everyone gets so burnt out and emotionally numb and detached, because what's coming in is less positive energy than what's being taken out. And negative energy awareness is things like constant stress at work, fighting with your spouse or your boyfriend or girlfriend, queues every day, worrying about your housing situation. All those sorts of things just drain us constantly. It's like having that lion 24/7 chasing us. So get out of your head, be mindful as often as you can. Do deep breathing as well, because that kind of tells your brain that the lion's gone and that you're breathing deeply so you're safe. So that also we need to give our bodies time to just rest and to feel safe. And that's not happening enough in the world. And that's why we've got so much emotional numbness, disconnection. People are avoiding, people are hiding. And I think if you struggle and you really do like to worry, because worry doesn't solve anything, it's problem solving, that is the good thing to do, and to take action, have a plan. Maybe try some worry time, where you give yourself half an hour or an hour every day and you worry, write all your problems down, find solutions for that, but then get back to living and don't allow worry to keep creeping in. It takes a bit of practice, but I would say do these and focus on good things, put some happy music in your life, see people that inspire you and build you up, watch happy movies, all this kind of thing is good, but limit the time that you focus on the negatives, especially the things you cannot control, because that is what leads to this disconnection from the world. And try and be vulnerable sometimes. It's really hard. And sometimes, what happens is over time, our nervous systems just go, I've had enough. This hurts too much. I'm just going to shut down. And so we need to kind of build that back by reconnecting, being a little bit vulnerable, talking to people. And it's hard now that the internet is where we all spend our time, like our screens are our best friends. But I hope this helps you to know, about energy awareness, to spend time being playful and fun and focusing things that make you laugh. And, we're all in this together. So drop me a line, send me a message if you're feeling low, and I'll see what I can do to help, or if I can signpost you somewhere. But we're all in this together. We all have bad days, and, just take it one day at a time and be very careful of what you're focusing on. See you soon. Bye.